At the beginning of the episode, at that very moment, Lin arrives at the party, and Xian's aunt rushes to welcome her and calls Xian to come and say hello. And at that instant, something breaks inside Chan's heart, as she realizes that the aunt wants Xian to marry Lin, filling her with jealousy and discomfort. And in panic, she says she will wait outside, but as she walks out, her foot twists, and she falls in front of everyone after the party. The aunt angrily scolds Xian, saying his wife embarrassed them in front of everyone, and has no manners. But Xian calmly replies that everyone falls at some point, and it does not make anyone inferior. Then the aunt coldly tells him that he still does not need to search for the truth behind that accident, and should leave the past behind after returning home. Chan feels restless, still jealous about Lin when Xian enters the room and without saying anything, places ice on her injured foot, his eyes showing love and concern, before quietly leaving. After a while, Chan calls him and asks if he finds Lin beautiful, and Xian softly replies that yes, she is beautiful, intelligent, and someone he has known since childhood, and then simply says goodnight and hangs up. The next day, one of Chan's friends tells her that the party is all over newspapers and social media, with people saying Lin is more beautiful and perfect for Xian, while Chan looks like just his mistress. But Chan smiles lightly and says she does not care what people say and decides to pick Xiaobao from school herself, so he does not see these rumors that evening. Rana stays late at the office and hears strange noises, which are actually Bingo's prank as she walks toward the restroom, where a man in a ghost costume tries to scare her. But later, when Bingo hears a scream and thinks his prank worked, he is shocked to find Rana chasing those fake ghosts and scaring them so badly that they run away the next day. Xian confronts his aunt, asking why she spread rumors about him and his wife, and she coldly replies that Chan is not worthy of him, and he should marry someone of his status. But Xian firmly says he only loves his wife and will not marry anyone else after returning home. He quietly apologizes to Chan and transfers 1 lakh rupees into her account as compensation for her distress the next day. Xian, Chan, and Xiaobao step out together, smiling like a happy family, while cameras and media watch them as they want to show the world that rumors cannot break them. But soon, Xian learns that a new marketing expert is joining the company, and when he goes to meet her, he is shocked to see it is Lin, who smiles and says she is now the new marketing strategist and will promote his smart bracelet. The same bracelet Chan wears every day as Lin presents new ideas and strategies to increase sales. And Xian becomes impressed by her thinking and starts working with her. When Rana arrives at the office, she sees Xian and Lin sitting together and asks the secretary who the woman is, and learns she is the new marketing expert handling promotions for Europe and America, making Rana uneasy as she immediately goes to Chan and warns her that Lin is now working with Xian and will try to separate them. Chan returns home with pain, insecurity, and fear clearly visible on her face. And later that night, sitting alone, filled with anger and sadness, she places Xian's photo on a pillow and starts shouting at it, asking if he thinks she feels nothing, while tears roll down her eyes. Though deep inside, she knows she has fallen in love with him, and now that love is consuming her with jealousy and loneliness. After some time, she composes herself and asks Xiaobao where he wants to go on the weekend, and he writes on his small board that he wants to go to his father's office the next day. Chan takes him there, and Xian is surprised to see them asking what they are doing there, and Chan smiles, saying Xiaobao missed him, so she brought him along and also made his favorite tuna sandwich. But just then Lin walks in carrying food and quickly says he should not eat that sandwich because the client he is meeting hates the smell of tuna, leaving Chan silent and hurt as she takes Xiaobao outside, asking him to stay while she goes to the restroom. But Xiaobao suspects Lin is trying to get close to his father, so he secretly goes back into the office and mischievously puts a toy bug into Lin's juice. And when Lin picks up the glass, she screams, seeing the bug spilling juice all over herself, making Xian furious, as he shouts at his son, asking what kind of behavior that is. At that moment, Chan rushes in crying and says he is just a child, and made a mistake asking him not to be so angry. But Xian says she has spoiled him and does not know how to raise a child, bringing tears to Chan's eyes as she, trembling, says the child came just to see him and he broke his heart. Then in anger, she grabs Xiaobao's hand and walks away. Chain goes straight to her parents' house, and her mother immediately senses something is wrong. Smiling, she tells her to be patient and says that by evening he will come himself to apologize. Chain stays quiet, but her eyes reveal she still hopes Xian will come. Meanwhile, on the road, Lin unexpectedly runs into Ning, and during their conversation, it is revealed that Ning was the same doctor from whom Lin used to take treatment for her mental illness. Lin pleads with him not to tell anyone, because no one knows she was undergoing treatment. On the other side, when Xian finds out that Chain has gone to her parents' home with Xiao Baobao, instead of going after them, he sends all their belongings there, which completely breaks Chain's heart, as she had hoped he would come and apologize. But instead, it feels like he pushed her even farther away. Suddenly, her father collapses, and everyone panics as he is rushed to the hospital, where doctors reveal he has endocarditis and arterial blockage and needs immediate surgery, but the risk is very high. Chain's mother breaks down, and the entire house falls into silence. After some time, Rana arrives and comforts Chain with a hug, and Chain asks her to take Xiao Baobao back to his father until her dad recovers. When Xiao Baobao returns home, Xian gets worried and asks what happened, and the child writes on his board that Rana said Grandpa is sick and needs an operation. Hearing this, Xian rushes to the hospital with Xiao Baobao without a second thought. Chain breaks down on seeing him, and Xian comes close, gently wipes her tears and assures her everything will be fine and that he is there. He makes a phone call, and shortly after tells her that he has called the best medical team in China who will handle her father's surgery. Gratitude fills Chain's eyes as they sit together silently on a bench outside the hospital, where even in silence, a lot is being said between them. Chain softly asks why he is doing so much for her, and Xian looks into her eyes and says, because she is his wife. She pauses and then quietly asks about his past relationship with Lin. Xian takes a deep breath and says that relationship was never truly his, and it was only what their families wanted. By now, a new understanding has formed between them, as even though their relationship started as a contract, real emotions have now become part of it. Xian admits he never loved Lin, and that relationship was only arranged for business and family benefits, which gives Chain a strange sense of relief, as if a burden has been lifted from her heart. After some time, when her father regains consciousness, he asks his daughter to cook a meal for him with her own hands before the operation and hands her his credit card, telling her that he had saved all the money she sent every month and even his pension for her security. Hearing this, Chain cannot stop her tears as she holds his hand and tells him not to say such things and that he will be completely fine. The surgery begins, and hours pass while Chain and her mother wait anxiously outside until Xian arrives with Xiao Baobao and gives them strength. After some time, the doctors come out smiling and say the operation was successful and the patient is stable, which brings tears of joy to everyone's eyes. Soon, Aunt He also arrives at the hospital, but instead of showing concern, she scolds Xian for leaving work and coming there, to which he firmly replies that family comes first and business later. Inside the room, the whole family sits together, and for the first time, Xiao Baobao calls Chain's parents Grandma and Grandpa, which lights up everyone's faces. But when Xian asks him to call him Dad, the child refuses, and disappointment is clearly visible on Xian's face. Later that night, Lin calls and says an important client has called her to meet at Jia Hotel, and Xian leaves immediately, which makes Chain suspicious that he is going to meet Lin. She goes to her friend Rana and asks her to give her the most beautiful dress and do her makeup because she has somewhere to go. When she reaches the hotel and stands in the elevator, an unknown man enters with her and is searching for network on his phone. Chain assumes he is taking her photo and angrily grabs his collar, saying, "Let's go to the police." As the elevator doors open, Xian and Lin are standing in front of her, and both are shocked because the man she is holding turns out to be none other than the client Jia with whom the meeting was scheduled. Xian immediately tells her to let him go as he is their client, and Chain feels extremely embarrassed. After the meeting, Lin takes her aside and blames her, saying, because of her, Jia refused to sign the contract and that Xian had been preparing for this meeting for a month and she ruined everything. She further taunts that she knows her relationship with Xian is fake and just a contract. Shocked, Chain asks how she knows, and Lin replies sarcastically that it is because Chain is not worthy of him and only brings trouble into his life. Heartbroken, Chain leaves the company where Xian is waiting outside, and she repeatedly apologizes, but he calmly says he is not angry and offers to drop her home. At that moment, Ning arrives in his car and asks her to come with him, and she goes along. On the way, she says her mind is not working and she needs a drink. So Ning takes her to a cafe bar where she admits she loves Xian, but feels she is not worthy of him and does not belong in his world. Ning smiles and tells her she does not even know her own worth. Meanwhile, Bingo sees them together and calls Xian, who arrives within minutes, and anxiously asks Chain to come back with him, which brings a sparkle to her eyes. But just then, Lin calls, and Chain stops and says it is time to end this contract. Xian is surprised and says it is not completed yet, but Chain replies that Xiao Bao can now go to school on his own, and his speech has improved, so she is no longer needed. She softly says she has troubled him enough and leaves, having decided to end everything. This is where the episode comes to an end, and to watch the next episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon.